Hey, Gina. Trying to find. Hey, guys. Oh, yeah, fine. I needed to grab some lunch because normally I don't. Well, I mean, sometimes I do, but I really was feeling like, because I was so full from sushi, I didn't eat dinner or breakfast, so I was like, I needed some lunch. Get ready for gear up for the afternoon. I got my mango refresca, so I can use some coffee. Oh, I know that. Hey, Black Wolf. That was really, that made my day. This aunt is appreciative. It felt like having a big brother. Like I always wanted a big brother. I never had a big brother. And I'm like, just wanted a big brother because I was like bullied as a kid, you know? And so it felt like that. No, there was nothing. Like I had zero interaction with them whatsoever. So it was just really confusing. Yeah, yesterday was really hard because this chair I had to do like Flintstone style. But they're gonna, yeah, I think they showed up. I think they learned a lesson. And she was so scared. I never saw her come down. And when she finally came down. But then I saw Abby, who's like the president's person. And I told him thank his boss because I finally got my apology from Marquise. No, he heckled, well, he threatened Dusty, like threatened to kill, Dusty and Dusty's owner, and then really heckled Shirt Guy too when he was singing. Oh, maybe, you know what, I did have when I told her not to do that, that could be what triggered her with me, because I said, I asked her to stop heckling. Hi, Mr. Spindler. So that may have been what did it. But yeah, they were just there to start trouble, but they weren't counting on people like that are willing to. Hello. We missed you at the.
No, I got banned.
Are you serious?
Yep.
You missed all the fun though. I need one of those. Thanks. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize somebody threatened to kill the same people. They heckled me. I wonder. Yeah, because I guess I defended. I didn't do anything to them, but maybe because I told them that they were heckling. Well, you call him Kimchi, right?
Yep.
Like, for his singing, threatened to kill Dusty. Crazy people.
Yeah, you have to get the.
But they were biased. Like when.
But you got to record the threats.
Yeah, see, I didn't hear the threat part. I didn't hear it. Hey, baby. Hey, Dusty. Hey, Dusty. I'm so mad at that.
Hey, we're here already. Relax.
What's it called? What's it called? What's the thing first? The first thing? Yeah. Wait, it's all items, and what's the other one? Public comment. I have your. You just have your. Here, there's one. I was stealing. And I have your birthday present.
Birthday present?
Yeah, you didn't come up. I was invited to your birthday party that you didn't.
Dumb guy over there. He always tells me stuff like
over
and over and burns people out.
I have your birthday present. Because I got.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna go to a birthday party empty-handed.
no, you don't have to do stuff like
It's
that.
Dusty. He gets happy. I'm so sorry that they were rude and they. Oh man, that makes me sad that you would threaten a puppy. You know I would defend you. You know that. Oh, he's giving me dicky licks. He can't get. I'm getting Dusty kisses. Sure, I'll get out of the way. So. Who do we turn this into? Thank you. Oh, I was getting Dusty kisses. He knew. So, goat puppet was it?
Yeah, the one.
Oh, you saw one?
Yes.
And they also have packets.
Hi, Dusty. Oh, baby. Hello. What's it? Give me kisses. He knows. He's traumatized by being threatened.
fine, man.
14?
Right here.
But he had
Item 5.
12.
Item 5 is
Dusty, you're a sweet boy. Hey, you're a sweet boy. You're my buddy. You're my friend. Oh, okay.
Put audit in the back.
Yeah.
I guess I'll sit back in with audit.
Very good idea.
Everybody's all dressed up. It's like, God.
Oh shoot, I gotta put my charger. Hold on, I better get my charger. Oh my god, sorry for making it so wacky.
That's it.
Oh, hold on. Sorry guys, trying to. Oh, yeah, he's such a cute boy. That's my Dusty. Sorry guys, I know it's bouncing around. So-
Again, for those joining by audio only, thank you for your patience. We'll start shortly.
Is any of our people on? Shoot.
So he squeezed in front of another car, and he left the meter like 3 feet away from the parking. So I parked in front of the meter. He parked the back.
Okay, trying to get my charger. I've never seen him before. Yeah, maybe they were trying to. Yeah, Dusty's Herman's dog. Mr. Or as we call him, F-bomb guy.
That's right, Mr. Lyon.
We have to get all the, we have the smoke and scan names and all the ladies. we have to come to, we have to have a council of agreement on names. Oh, shoot, what am I doing? Oh, guys, sorry, I'm trying to. Hope this cord works because I forgot I didn't bring the regular cord. Okay, good, it's charging.
And you really become a psychopath, right? That's it.
Ow, sorry, guys. I think I'm getting everyone seasick. Because I'm like bouncing my camera trying to get my charger on. But here I'm about to have one less thing to carry because I got his birthday present. Here's your here. That's one less thing for me to carry. One more thing for you to carry.
Wow.
You have to open it. You have to see. I want to see it. I can't wait. No, open it. You'll see. You'll see. What is it? Kind of.
Good afternoon.
Yes and no.
Commissioners,
If you want it for that,
members
huh?
of the public.
Do you want it for that?
Thank you for your patience. For those
You have to
joining
check
us
it
by
out.
by audio only, thank you for your
Yeah,
patience.
permanent. Yeah, he is.
We'll be getting
Kind
started
of.
shortly.
Yes and no. It is. But it's
Good
more than
afternoon,
that. Yeah.
Commissioners, staff, and members of the public. President Dar, you will hear a prompt that the recording has begun.
But hit the feet. Hit the feet.
Recording in progress.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have a full room today. My name is Jeffrey Dar. I'm the president of the Los Angeles City Ethics Commission. Today is April 23, 2025. We are meeting in our regular, it's a regular meeting of the Ethics Commission, and we're meeting in our normal hearing
he's gonna
room
hate me.
in City Hall Room 1060, City Hall Room 1060. And we're also very pleased that we continue to be accessible by telephone to the public. If
It was his
you wanna
birthday.
listen in or
He
provide
missed his own
public
birthday
comment
party.
Remotely, and give you some information, all on the agenda. Everyone who's probably
He had to go to
participating knows this, but I wanna
the
make
county
sure
building
that
or something.
nobody
He's coming
left out
back.
by, accident or
His
needs
president didn't come in yet.
information. So bear with me while I share the information with everyone who may need this.
It's gonna be fun.
If you wanna listen
Now
in
he's.
or provide public comment remotely, you need to call 669 254.
It's like, watch out, Moni cow.
5252, and that's 669-254.
Oh, you did?
5252.
You
We
did?
also have a toll
Tell her
free
we want to
number,
rescue her.
833-568-8864.
Matt, tell her
The
that
toll-free number again is
Will Albert's Cape.
833-568-8864. You'll need to enter a meeting ID number of 161-788-4780, 161-788-4780.
Awesome. I'll go
You need to
check it
follow
out.
that by the pound sign.
It's your morning, like
You
after the
need to
meeting.
press the pound sign again when you are asked for a
I'll go check
participant
it out.
ID. And once you're admitted to the meeting for public comment, you can press *9 to request to speak during public comment. So again, if you want to provide the public comment and speak, if you're on the phone, you need to press *9, asterisk 9. So with that, let me turn to our agenda. Our agenda today has a number of action items and informational items. First, we're going to call to order. The meeting is officially starting now at 1:13 p.m. And if we could have a roll call, please.
Thank you.
When your name is called, please state your name for the record and here or present. Commissioner Cohen is not present. President Dar,
Present.
Commissioner Kaufman,
Present.
Vice President Kulkarni,
Vice President Kulkarni here.
and Commissioner Stern.
Robert Stern here.
We have 4 commissioners present. We have a quorum. We may continue.
Thank you, Mr. Eusebio. We're now going to turn to item 2, which is our multiple agenda item for public comment. So all public comment is going to be taken at this time for all agenda items and for issues that are not on the agenda but are within the Ethics Commission's jurisdiction. This will be the only opportunity during our meeting today for public comment. I do want to note that as on the agenda, we do welcome written comment, either separate or to supplement
Welcome, everyone.
oral comment. So please take advantage of that if you want to. So we're going to start with those who are present in room 1060 first, and then we'll move to those who have called in to provide public comment remotely. If you are here in person, you need to fill out one of the City of Los Angeles speaker cards in the back. I have a number of them. You still have time to submit one if you want to put one in to speak. So
Hey, Kirby's.
please do that. And we're going to start with the people in the room, and then we're going to turn to everyone who's on the phone for remote. So starting with speaker cards in no particular order, the first person I have is Rob Kwan, and we can welcome him to the podium for any comments, and we'll start our clock for a public comment time period, and welcome, good to see you.
Thank you. I'd like to speak on all items, and as I do frequently, note that 3 minutes isn't enough. That wasn't past practice years ago. But anyways, we have a number of enforcement actions, and I do think it's weird that we're not seeing the increased fines that were passed in the fall. Over 75% of voters approved Measure ER. You don't get a 50-point margin for nothing. And I would bet
Interesting
a
stuff.
lot of voters were hooked by the prospect of increased fines, above anything else in that measure. The election has long been certified. I don't know the particulars of when this action was brought to Mr. De Leon's attention. That might be relevant, but we do deserve transparency on what the city attorney's office is pushing you on, as far as why this isn't getting the full fine amount, and when we can expect, in what circumstances we can expect to see those full fines. As always, interesting to see how long it takes action to come forward. After the LA Times story came out 2 years ago, it became clear when he was compensated and clear that we had a failure to recuse on this item. I highlighted it then. We have a pattern of conduct, as the aggravating factors noted. And I think that is why we need to see an increased fine here. I filed a complaint on these issues in the fall and highlighted over 17 other potential counts, which are actually far more egregious because Kevin De Leon actually led and presided over those items involving his previous employer, CCF. I would only guess that the city attorney's office is saying that that action would not be warranted because CCF is merely a contract administrator, so they don't have a financial interest. But that's a joke. Their whole business is contract administration. Administering a multi-million-dollar contract on behalf of the city and county It gives you enormous power in how you dole out contracts. And that's something that you run to your fundraisers and say, hey, look, we're doing this really big program, support us. Why might Kevin De Leon have been so sloppy? This is something that really intrigued me. I asked the Ethics Commission of the date on which he completed his ethics training when he assumed office, and last time I checked, we didn't have any record of it. That's maybe something worth including in here. I don't know why that's not a fine. That's something that's probably worse than anything else we see here. For the MLO, I got 45 seconds to talk about that, which is clearly inadequate. In 2022, I warned against rushing the MLO to the floor. It's something that blew up in our face. It got to the council, it got too hot, and they didn't want to touch it. I think we need to go back to what we did in 2018, where we had a 6-month review on the matching funds program. What happened? It got taken up in weeks, received multiple votes over the next month, and then was codified into law within 4 months. I don't think we need to send something perfect, but we need a package that's 90% there. Our council members are babies when it comes to reform, and we need to feed them something bite-sized. With my last bit of time here.
And you can finish, Mr. Kwan.
I think we need to do a better job of building the case behind this. Not just getting compromise and reform ironed out, but making a compelling case of all of the enforcement actions that have been going on this front. Fact-checking the misinformation on who is and isn't affected here. I think we need to have a commission that's sending quality work product to the council, so they maybe one day trust you with sending things to the ballot yourselves. If you want to do anything as a small standalone thing, there is a tiny neighborhood council reform for lobbyist disclosure. That's really small, non-controversial. If you want to send something, send that, and let's spend the time we need to get this right.
Thank you, Mr. Kwan. Next I have, the name is A Divinity in Ye. You can please come to the podium.
It's not Audit LA?
Audit on.
The name I have is A Divity, D-I-V-T-Y, letter N, E-Y-E.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hey, Laura.
Kanye. Show him your sweatshirt.
Hey, Fayette. I had so much fun, Laura, yesterday.
Yeah,
And thank you for
Snyder
today.
versus Phelps, for the record,
No, this is
562 in
Ethics
2011.
Commission.
The Pope was going to hell. And the reason behind that, because the Ethics Committee
Yes.
has postponed its resolved issues with Kevin De Leon for the longest time. And I am a proud speaker of that because I believe that this dirty end councilman, elected official, a proprietor in the business of the people, fucked us over. And it falls in the hands of you individuals to fuck him over and get that money back. In addition to that, there should have been some jail time, at least one day, 24 hours, to show how a goddamn dirty politician, scumbag, rotten piece of shit like Jose Luis Huizar and that Juju Englander, Mitchell, and that other dumbass, Herb Wesson is involved in these shenanigans with you to slow this process down. Why is that? And then you got this shithole school called You Suck Cop, USC, involved in this. Why is that? Karen Bass, your mayor, not mine, because my mayors are fucking smart. And the best mayor we've ever had was Bradley, because that nigger done everything right. Every motherfucking thing right. Except do what you've done with this Kevin De Leon shit. Just because he's from Tijuana, you don't forgive people who are wetbacks. I'm a wetback. You don't forgive me when you restrain me and censor me with restraining orders at the level of your strategic lawsuit against public participation, do you? No, you're supposed to encourage me to point out the criminals of Los Angeles. And in my hand, on item 5, this motherfucker this dirty end, this fucking lowlife from Mexico, just like Jose Luis Huizar has done to us in the past. So fuck the developers, fuck the goddamn mayor, fuck this settlement on behalf of this board here because you didn't get it right. Send a message. We the people, us, are chairing this meeting to advise you. We're not gonna tolerate this shit no more. We're gonna take back City Hall. We're gonna take back the sidewalks, and fuck Scientology. They don't own the streets. They belong to us. Thank you.
Our next speaker in the room is Adela.
Sorry, I'm having chair issues, so it might take me a sec. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to, I guess, I don't know if I have to do further steps to file a complaint, ethics complaint, but this is my first I want to talk about it. If I have to file, I will. I want to file against the Board of Street Services. Whoever is continuously giving the Church of Scientology special event permits, because I've been coming for a year now. I've even put in complaints about what they're doing with those permits. Like on Sunday, Easter Sunday, they are not allowed to close the sidewalks. It's illegal. The city attorney's already told them they cannot. They can only do vehicles from the street, not the sidewalks, pedestrians. But they prevented me from going through on the sidewalks. That's called prior restraint, and it's also viewpoint discrimination, because they know I'm not, I'm not on their, I guess they see me as whatever. And that's illegal. The police came and told them that they had to let me through. I shouldn't have to call LAPD and waste city resources to go down a public street that they know I'm allowed to go down, okay? And once the police told them that and escorted me down, as soon as the police left, they did it to the next people, would not allow them. So they didn't even stop doing it. They also know that they're required to have a fire lane 20 foot. They had it completely blocked off, maybe 4 feet or 5 feet of fire lane. I have yet to see a fire truck that is 5 feet wide. And there were hundreds, literally hundreds of children there celebrating Easter at a place that doesn't celebrate Easter, but whatever. And what if there was an emergency, an ambulance, somebody choked on a jelly bean, anything? They couldn't get through, okay? But yet, and this has been going on for a year, yet they keep getting permits to do this, okay? And then they even had animals, little bunny rabbits, okay? And in the sun, like they had they wouldn't even making sure that the umbrella was protecting the rabbits, okay? And this is endless. I've been coming, so I've had enough. I want Bureau of Street Services to either get them in line. If they want to keep giving them permits, they need to make sure they are abiding by the law, all the laws. Because they are leaving the city open to a lawsuit. I can't sue at this point. And if they get one more permit, and one more permit is not completely obeyed to the letter of the law, I will sue the city. And that's an absolute promise. I'm warning you here, I will sue if you guys cannot get the Bureau of Street Services and the Church of Scientology in line with the law, because no one's above the law, right? The same laws that, restrain me, restrain you, restrain Scientology. So I want a formal complaint. And then I don't know how much time I have left because I don't see where the ticker is, but,
Approximately 10 seconds.
okay, well, I'll leave it at that. So thank you, I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker card is for vote of
There we go.
So speaking of the Board of Public Works, item number 6, page 5 of 6, attachment A. Wheeler advocated on behalf of LA Fed regarding various city matters, including supporting John Grant's appointment to the Public Works Commission. What the fuck? That's a paid position. That's not a volunteer position.
Thank you,
Has
AC.
this been investigated, what he knew? This guy's voting on billion-dollar contracts. You know, they just changed on that board the rules of public comment to virtually destroy the whole thing. So, this guy, and I went to their board meeting today, I only got 1 minute to speak, because if you use 1 minute, they take away 2 more minutes, if you have the nerve to wait till the item's called. That's John Grant doing that shit. So now we know that he's ethically challenged. You need to investigate this and find out what he knew about this scumbag Wheeler, okay, this non-registered. So what I'm really here to talk about is this fraudulent Kevin De Leon bullshit that you guys are putting through here. You guys are like, you fucked this up bad, okay? The only thing that he voted on that made a difference, because all this other shit that he voted on, his vote didn't even matter. It had a super majority, whether he voted or not. The only thing that mattered was 20-0736. It was a 12-0 vote that day. He had to be the 12th vote to move it forthwith. That is a violation. But these other votes, 4-0 on the committee. Quorum is 3. 14-0 at the city council on 20-0689. Doesn't matter. There was 2 more, 12. He was the 14th vote. It's a nothing burger. This is a nothing burger. Why are you going after this guy? Why? Because that fucking racist tape, right? That he was a victim. He was a crime victim. They recorded him secretly having a private conversation. The man, Mr. De Leon, is a crime victim. Now you're victimizing him with these votes. In the United States of America versus Mark Ridley Thomas, they're going over, which by the way, Mark Ridley Thomas voted on one of these items. He's going over and litigating in the Ninth Circuit whether or not a vote where you vote and it would have passed anyway constitutes a fraudulent vote. We haven't had a decision by the Ninth Circuit yet. So I would suggest that this item 5 be continued until the Ninth Circuit issues its decision, so that we know. Because I think this guy's going to sue the shit out of the city. So anyway, Kevin De Leon was the only decent council member we had on our council. He's the only one that gave a fuck about it. The rest of these city council criminals, lock all 15 of them up. They're fucking trash.
We're gonna have no more speaker cards for anyone in person. So if you do intend to provide public comment in person, please fill out a speaker card. In the meantime, we're going to go to those who are on the phone. Assuming we have people on the phone, I'm getting a nod of the head. So at this time, let's turn to the public comment by phone. Remember, if you want to provide public comment by phone and you're listening, you need to press star 9 and press to speak. You will then be recognized by our meeting moderator, who's here in the studio. And when it's your turn to speak, he'll let you know. And when you're recognized, please clearly, slowly state your name and which agenda items you want to comment on. And we will have our first person remotely provide public comment.
Thank you. We have one public comment, raised hand, caller ending in 404. Please clearly state your first and last name. And for the record, the item you'll be speaking on, you'll hear a prompt to unmute.
Jamie York, item, you can hear me?
Jamie
Yes,
York,
we can hear you. You have 3 minutes.
Jamie
You may
York.
begin.
She's supposed to be on this commission.
First,
She's
I want
supposed to
to
be on
echo
it.
that the public deserves a clear answer as to why the fines that were voted months ago are not being levied as the voters approved. Because if that's the case, you should be looking at up to $75,000 in fines for violations. I was really struck by the reporting in the LA Times, where Kevin said, well, if someone had told me of my responsibilities, I would have refused. You had the opportunity to have been told. That is what your required by law ethics training does. We have neighborhood council members who are out here refusing for simply being a part of a community group on the off chance that it might be perceived as having conflict of interest. And you were here voting on this case where you were paid so much money. And so, in my mind, $18,750 fine, that's less than 1 month of pay for what he was getting for that. If you want people to take this seriously, then you need to impose a fine as the voters voted on them. But to be clear, it's not about whether the item would have mattered was passed anyway. It's about the rules that we have are about keeping the people's faith in government. And I would argue that the people's faith in government is at an all-time low. And we have a standard and a need to take these items seriously, but also to deal with them in a kind manner that's appropriate. I don't think that dealing with these things after they leave office is sending the right message, and I frankly think it presents a sort of cowardice on the part of the commission and the staff. Sorry, guys. These were known issues for a while. And then I also want to point out, where's his thing on the unregistered lobbying? We have reporting on the work that he was doing for AIDS Healthcare before he was in office. That clearly was a large amount of work. He was paid. That's lobbying. And we know from other fines that you guys have issued that AIDS Healthcare is not considered a job. So there's another thing that I just want to point out. As far as the municipal lobbying ordinance, I agree with the comments of Mr. Kwan about the issue of maybe the council continuing to come to us and not disclose. We need verbal disclosure. It's an ongoing problem. Thank you for and there's so much misinformation that was put out there by our own council members, you know, and
weren't they required to give us all extra time?
It's appalling what they did, but I just think that I keep going back to following, I keep going.
I'll ask, yeah, maybe the smoke and scan. Once we did interview you after this, before the next meeting, smoke and scan.
Against reform, we were informed enough to
Smoke and scan as if I could do a post-meeting interview with you.
If you were uninformed without your own obligation, it's one or the
They
other.
wouldn't have.
So I think that you should let the full.
All right, you guys ask the questions.
Give him the benefit
Oh,
of it.
thank you, tons.
Thank you.
Tons of fun, Carl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But they owe the rest of us
With
more time.
regard, we have no further
But they
public
gave
comment.
that guy extra time, so we are required to give us extra time.
Thank you. Just to
Yeah,
be sure.
we did
no
get
one is
extra
falling
time.
into a crack, I have no more speaker cards in person, but if you're on the phone and you wish to provide
Yeah.
public comment, you need to raise
She
your
was supposed to be
hand,
on this board.
by pushing *9, and we're just gonna wait 60 seconds to make sure that no one else wants to provide public comment before you close public comment.
When's the next meeting? 2:30. Which one is it? Oh. We have to find a noodle hat, like a noodles that. Oh, the main one. Okay. Why didn't the rest of us get our extra time? They got it. I want to file a complaint against them. I'm going to do a cure, correct? Jamie York should be on